All right. We have Dr. Michael Latessa, Guadalupe Bright, and Sherry Brandler. And that we had a couple other guests with you. If you had others, please feel free to come up and introduce yourselves. Welcome to committee. We have you down for a 5-minute group testimony, and so please proceed when you're ready.
Thank you, Chairwoman Fowler Arthur, Ranking Member Robinson, and the members of the House Education Committee. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today as interested parties on House Bill 96, the State Biennial Budget Bill. I am Dr. Michael Latessa, Executive Director of the Paula and Anthony Rich Center for Autism at Youngstown State University. Our center integrates the latest autism research with innovative education practices to help children ages 3 through 21 reach their full potential. As an externally funded unit of Youngstown State University, we serve a bridge between the university, educators, and healthcare professionals. Through our affiliation with the Beagley College of Liberal Arts, Social Sciences, and Education, we also prepare future educators and specialists in best practices for supporting individuals with autism. Our students receive comprehensive services, including core academics, intervention, speech and language therapy, applied behavior analysis, ABA therapy, and vocational and independent living skills development, all at no cost to our families. We serve students from 4 counties in Ohio and 1 in Western Pennsylvania, representing 23 different school districts. We're here today as a coalition of private and Catholic schools that accept and educate students using the Autism and John Peterson Special Needs Scholarships. Each of our schools operates as a tuition-based day school providing specialized program for students with learning disabilities such as mild to moderate autism, ADD, ADHD, dyslexia, and other school and educational challenges. While Lanny Davis Fricker, President and CEO of Julie Billiard Schools, was able to attend in person today, she submitted written testimony.
Hello, my name is Sherry Brandler, and I represent Bridgeway Academy, which serves 250 students on the autism spectrum from 33 school districts across 9 counties. Our programs span from potty training to job training, encompassing all academic life and vocational skills in between. Families turn to Bridgeway Academy for various reasons, some seeking the best early learning intervention for a newly diagnosed 3-year-old, and others looking for alternative learning environments for a middle schooler struggling in their current setting. Bridgeway Academy's classrooms maintain a 2-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio to support diverse learning styles and behavioral needs. Each student receives support from a dedicated team, including a speech, occupational, physical, and music therapist, as well as a board-certified behavior analyst and a mental health clinician. A recent survey showed that 40% of our families meet federal guidelines for free or reduced lunch, underscoring the need to keep tuition as low as possible while ensuring competitive wages for our highly trained teachers and therapists. I'd like to introduce Guadalupe Bright, the mother of 2 boys who attend Bridgeway Academy.
Hi, my name is Guadalupe Bright. I have 2 beautiful boys, both diagnosed autism spectrum disorder level 3, which is highest level of need and care. We began using the Autism Scholarship in the summer of 2024 to help pay for the summer camp at Bridgeway to prevent regression in our son. We've continued to use the scholarship to ensure our son has well-rounded services not available at his public school. The Autism Scholarship has allowed our oldest to receive all needed services, including occupational, physical, speech, and music therapy during school hours. It has helped him progress in his social skills, and he is now able to parallel play with other kids. When he began services through the scholarship, he could only communicate in single words and mostly express his needs and wants. Less than a year later, he can say 3-word phrases to express needs, wants, actions, and much more. Our youngest son will soon be receiving ABA services at Bridgeway as well. Our family has benefited from the Autism Scholarship, and we know of many other families whose children have had great gains due to the scholarship. I thank you for your time and ask for your continued support and funding for the Autism Scholarship.
The Autism and John Peterson Special Needs Scholarships are essential to our success and to the schools that we represent. These programs empower parents to choose the best educational environment for their children when public schools are unable to meet their needs. For families of children with special needs, access to quality education is crucial. Unfortunately, Many schools lack the resources or expertise required to provide adequate services. When parents realize their child requires these extra supports, these scholarships offer the hope and the opportunity for a brighter future. However, current funding for these scholarships falls short. It does not meet the needs of our students, address teacher shortages, or keep up with rising costs. A 2022 Ohio Department of Education study found that providing best practice support for students with autism costs over $38,000 per student, with costs even higher for other disabilities. Yet the maximum scholarship funding remains at $32,445, a gap that has only widened due to inflation. Schools are struggling to bridge this shortfall while also ensuring that teachers and therapists receive competitive wages and preventing staff shortages that would limit access to these services. To address this, we ask for your support of an amendment that would remove the funding cap on the John Peterson Special Needs Scholarship and increase funding for the Category 6 of the Peterson Special Needs Scholarship and the Autism Scholarship to $37,659 and implement annual cost of living adjustments to both scholarships. These recommendations would allow schools to expand services and capacity, retain and recruit specialized educators and therapists, keep tuition affordable, and enhance and sustain high-quality programs. We urge the legislature to take action so that we can continue supporting Ohio's most exceptional students. Thank you for your time, and we welcome any questions.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions from committee? I just have one, and that was, you touched in your testimony that your students, or that your children are attending a traditional public school district, but we're not receiving these services. After going to Bridgeway Academy, are they still attending the traditional public school district and receiving the special services through the academy, or can you expound on that a little bit?
So when a student elects to use the Ohio Autism Scholarship or the John Peterson Scholarship, they can no longer attend public school. So all of our students who are in our full academy program, and I think for the Rich Center as well, are no longer attending public school. They're getting their full services with us. We do have a sister organization, our therapy center, where students can come just outside of school hours and receive speech, OT, PT, or ABA in order to supplement their public school education.
Thank you. And would you happen to have any data available that maybe you could send us on how many students were attending traditional public school before they came to you and didn't feel that their needs were being adequately met? Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you do. I see some head nodding.
Yeah. One thing I can tell you is that Bridgeway Academy and Bridge Center also, we have extensive wait lists, and the majority of students on our wait list are currently enrolled at public schools and hoping to transfer to Bridgeway. Our current wait list is over 500 students, and the only way that we can add students is when a student leaves. So it's very rare that we're able to do that.
Please continue. Yes.
Thank you, Chair Arthur. So if you look at the current CDC statistics on autism, it's 1 in 36. I'm not going to speak in the whole state of Ohio, but if you just look at our population for the counties that we represent, it's close to 2,400 students that we could service. Transition services is also important to us. It's not necessarily if a student comes to us at age 3 that they're going to remain with us to the age of 21. We look to find the best possible outcomes. It's certainly not us trying to go out and service all 2,400 of those students. Our special education programs that we partner with, especially in our public schools, are amazing. But when you look at the autism spectrum, it's a spectrum for a reason. There's always a handful, a pocket of students that just don't have what's necessary to survive and to receive the services that they need. And that's where we come in. We come in to help those outliers, to help those students that need a place, to help families navigate autism, which can be tough throughout a lifetime.
Thank you for those comments. Representative Robinson?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Dr. Latessa, Director Brandler, and also Ms. Bright. Thank you for sharing your story. Just a couple quick rapid-fire questions. For the public schools that many of the students that come to you are going to beforehand, it's not for a lack of trying or it's just that they don't have the capacity, quite frankly, to do the type of work that, is that fair to say?
I think that is very fair to say. An example I can give you is a student who we were familiar with at Bridgeway because he came to us for speech therapy, was in a public school, and on a daily basis was being placed in a restricted environment and being sent home.
Right.
So we have just partnered with that school district where he is now coming to Bridgeway for 3 hours a day, working directly with a board-certified behavior analyst. So we're going to work on some of those behaviors, as well as make sure he is getting his educational services, with the goal being at the end of this 15-week plan, we'll reassess, and either he'll stay at Bridgeway for a full-time education spot or go back to the district, which I assume would be a very large, if he's able to go back to the district and be in his regular classroom, a huge savings to the district.
Do you have a follow-up, Representative?
I did, but it's still, he wanted to
I'm
add
sorry,
something.
please continue.
Just through the chair to Representative Robinson. Being in Youngstown, we're obviously really close to Western Pennsylvania. They do not have an autism scholarship program like Ohio does, so we are a benchmark, and thank you all for supporting this program. But it's a small school district, has one child on the autism spectrum. It is better for them to transport the child to us every day and pay for costs directly to us, $52,000, than for them to take on the services alone. They would have to bring in all of those services or contract them out. So in their case, they are happy to utilize our services because of economies of scale and that we have the basic needs for that student. So it's not necessarily always, taking away from the public schools. It's helping them sometimes manage costs that they would have to bring in that they currently don't have available to them in their district.
Thank you for that.
I do
Go
want
ahead.
a quick follow-up. And what I'll just say to that before I ask my follow-up is, I think many times, maybe this is what the chair was getting at too, when she was asking her question. A lot of times people, when they say vouchers at broad, they think it's everybody, but my understanding from constituents in my district, the cap, it hasn't increased for some of these autistic scholarships in quite a while. And so there's definitely a need there, and probably more of a need there than for maybe traditional Catholic school that people are just going so they don't have to pay as much tuition. But my question is for Ms. Bright, what would this mean for you if we were able to raise the cap?
This would be a significant help to my family. When we're looking at it for year-round schooling for my son, he needs it because otherwise he will regress. That is how we keep him from regressing. For this upcoming school year, it is $15,065 that we have been quoted that would be out of pocket for our one son. Yeah. This does not include our second son. I cannot work because, I even had to step out because our DD board either calls or one of their coordinators or one of my sons was sick this morning. There's a whole special needs. It's a whole new world. We are very grateful right now that we have been able to make ends meet with my husband's income, but I don't know how much longer we can keep up with it when ideally we can only keep one working parent. And so to us, an increase would be very helpful, very beneficial, and also even thinking of before and after childcare, very difficult to get. So a lot of families that I know that attend, and for my family, we're one-income households because of that. So it would mean a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further questions? Thank you for making time to come down today. We appreciate it.